HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com.
And by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
Hello and welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to keep you up to date with what's happening in Hopkinton. Coming up on this edition of HCAM News, we'll tell you about a scholarship a 2016 Hopkinton High School graduate received. The new principal of Hopkins Elementary School has been chosen. Hillers softball has advanced in the playoffs. And if you're looking to create some artwork, we'll tell you about a great local free program. But first, after Jennifer Flanagan beat out Dr. Philip Cohen by just 9 votes for a seat on the Board of Health, a recount was done at Town Hall.
And now I'm going to declare the recount open. We can unseal the ballot.
A recount of town election votes for the open Board of Health seat was held after, in the initial count, Democratic caucus candidate Jennifer Flanagan edged candidate seeking re-election Dr. Philip Cohen by just 9 votes, 804 to 795.
The recount occurred because the margin for the votes was 9-vote difference between the Board of Health candidates. And because of that, the petition was passed in to have it recounted. On the petition, it also included that there was a breach in the chain of command of the write-ins, or of the absentees. And because of that, we counted absentees separately to ensure that they were given separate attention. Going over everything, there was no difference and the margin was perfect.
Many volunteers were on hand to help count ballots, observe, and make sure the recount process ran smoothly.
We had, other than all of our observers and council that were here for the candidates, we also had our amazing election workers that they've helped us on multiple elections, and we had them come in yesterday to do a quick training on how to do a recount. And they all came in. My brother came in as well because we were running low on who to get on short notice. And so it was really appreciated. They were all able to make the time to come in here and help us do this.
According to newly elected town clerk Connor Deegan, the recount was a success.
I think it actually went rather smoothly. We ended up finishing a lot quicker than expected. It was our first recount, so we weren't quite sure what to expect with the time frame. So everything ended up going smoothly. There weren't any challenges on any of the ballots. And so all in all, I'd look at this as a pretty smooth victory on this.
After about 3 hours of counting, the results were in, and the winner was...
For Cohen, 795. For Flanagan, 804. Write-ins, 4. Blank, 197. The winner is declared to be Jennifer Flanagan, and the recount is closed. Thank you very much for everyone who participated.
Thank you.
Newly elected Board of Health member Jennifer Flanagan could not be more satisfied with the result.
It feels really, really great. I am really excited. First and foremost, though, I have to thank everyone that participated because a lot of volunteers were here, a lot of volunteers just for me, a lot of volunteers for the town, and we couldn't have done it with all of their help. So that's really the most important thing. And just thank you to all the people that got out and voted originally, and I'm really excited. Thank you.
Although, as the recount process was taking place, she was a bit nervous.
But yes, I was very nervous, and I'm still shaking now. So yes, I was very nervous, but I was confident that we were going to prevail. So I feel really great. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Congratulations to Jennifer Flanagan on being officially elected to the Board of Health. A couple weeks ago, it was revealed that current Hopkins Elementary principal Tim Kiernan is heading to Milford's Woodland Elementary School. This past week, the new principal of Hopkins Elementary School was chosen. But before we reveal who, let's meet the two very qualified finalists.
Currently, I'm the principal of the Taylor Elementary School in Foxborough. The Taylor School is a small school. Currently, we have 244 students, grades K through 4. I've been there for 8 years. We've had quite a bit of change over the 8 years. When I first arrived, we had close to 350 children. Next year, I'm anticipating that we'll shrink a little bit more, unfortunately. We'll be moving down to about 235 children in that range. Prior to coming to Foxborough, I was a principal in Hanover at the Cedar School. Cedar School had ranged from 550 students to 650 students during my tenure there. I was there for 3 years. I was on that point of deciding to relocate my family closer to school, and an opportunity arose in Foxborough with a team that I had some previous experiences with that was just too great of an opportunity and too exciting to work with a team that I truly valued, so that's why I made that transition. Prior to Hanover, I was co-principal at the Jordan Jackson School in Mansfield, which is a school of 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Approximately 1,300 children in that school. I was co-principal for 2 years, assistant principal at that same school for 3 years prior to that. Before that, I was a 3rd grade teacher. As a 3rd grade teacher, I loved every single day of being in the rooms with the classrooms. It was a tough transition at the beginning to lose that all-day daily contact with children, but I realized that I loved working with people, and as long as I still had that contact with children, I was having my professional needs met on a daily basis.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Bolello, and I'm currently the assistant principal at Hopkins School. My background is in special education. After graduating from Wellesley College, I went to Boston College and got my master's degree in special education, and has spent most of my career as a special educator, both in California, in the Palo Alto Unified Schools, and then in Franklin, Massachusetts. So I've worked with students K through 8 as a special educator, and did my principal internship at Annie Sullivan Middle School in Franklin before coming to Hopkinton.
All right. So what made you want to hop into the assistant principal role?
I've spent my career both Brookline, Palo Alto, and then in Franklin with some amazing principal mentors, and seeing the power of building a school, working with parents, working with students, and working with staff to build a culture. And that's the excitement of being a principal, that you get to work with all of those people to build a building into a community.
When did you decide that you wanted to be a principal? Was it like the first few weeks you were an assistant principal, or was it a few months down the road?
Well, the last 2 years of being an assistant principal has been amazing. And, as an assistant principal, you have contracts, thinking about, is it time to move on? The hardest thing was the idea of leaving Hopkins. I've loved the community, I love the students, and I love the staff there. And so was hoping that I could stay on. Didn't know that this opportunity would present itself, but when it did, it was very exciting, because I would get to stay at Hopkins and be there with the teachers that I have so much respect for, and the students who are just amazing to work with every day.
Congratulations to former Hopkins assistant principal and now principal Vanessa Anderson Bolello. Ms. Bolello was chosen as the new Hopkins principal following the departure of Tim Kiernan. Vanessa Bolello has been at Hopkins since 2014. Blackstone Valley Wealth Management, LLC, located on 22 South Street in Hopkinton, awarded their Hopkinton High School Class of 2016 scholarship to Andrew Simi. The $1,000 scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior pursuing higher education who grew up in a single-parent home. Andrew Simi, who will be attending UMass next year, was happy to receive the honor.
All right, can you talk about what the scholarship you're giving out here today is about?
Sure, happy to. Yeah, Greg and I wanted to be able to give back to the local community. We wanted to be able to give back to somebody who was in a similar spot that we were. And I was raised in a single-family home by my dad. Greg by his mom, and we wanted to be able to give back to somebody in a similar space and situation that we went through when we were younger. The idea behind the scholarship was somebody who was raised in a single-parent home, who displayed financial need, and they were desirous about furthering their education and heading on to college in the fall. And we also asked them to put together an essay to talk about how being raised in a single-parent home has impacted them and kind of shaped them throughout their life.
All right. Did you have a lot of applicants for the scholarship?
We did. This was the first application process for us here, and I think we had somewhere around 14 or 15 applications. It was a very, very difficult decision and great stories from every single one of the applicants.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a great honor because growing up in a single-family home, me and my mom, definitely it's just us, and she's a really hard-working woman, so it means a lot to us to receive this, and it's going to be a great help to us in the fall, for sure.
All right. So where are you planning on going to college, and what are you planning on studying?
I'm going to UMass Amherst in the fall, and I plan on studying Operations Information Management. It's kind of a new thing in business, and it's basically how to save a company money while making them more money, and that's kind of what I'm interested in, so we're going to see how that goes.
And I have to ask, since you were a member of the Hillers baseball team, could we expect to see you maybe in a UMass uniform one day?
I hope so. I'm going to try and walk on, so hopefully I make it. If not, then I'll be playing on the club team, so we'll see.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Andrew Simmy and best of luck at UMass. There is a lot more ahead on HCAM News, including a look at Hillers softball as they hosted back-to-back playoff games. Courtney will get you up to date with the latest programming coming up on the HCAM channels, and will tell you about a program in Hopkinton in which you can create some artwork for free. You're watching HCAM News. Stay tuned. HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by WPC Pest Control, a family-owned business for over 35 years. Owners Jim and Rebecca Mazzucchelli provide honesty, respect, and integrity, performing safe and effective pest control services. They service your home like it's their home.
And by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Do you have what it takes?
Will you make a difference?
Always an adventure.
Police and fire working together.
Utilizing the latest technology.
Do you have what it takes?
Welcome back to HCAM News. All year long, the Hopkinton Senior Center is offering numerous free art classes to the public. Mary McLeod and Sally Almy have more about a painting class taking place every Monday from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Well, here we are at the Open Art Studio here at the Senior Center on Monday mornings. We begin at 9:30. Anybody can come and go when you wish, and we stay here till 11:30. And we have about 3 or 4 people who come steadily, and one of them is our wonderful Sally Elmy, and she is a wonderful artist. But you don't have to be a super artist if you just want to get into the paint, right, Sally?
That's right. And most people, many people think they can't paint, but here you can do whatever you want to do. You can copy and get a feel for the way the paint works that way, and eventually you'll get into doing your own painting. You can come and watch, and I think if anybody who's watching is going to want to start to join in.
Yes, indeed. So please come and join us. Or come up and have a cup of coffee. We'll treat.
Is there certain things that you paint, or is it just pretty much paint whatever you like?
You paint whatever you like.
Mary's painting with oils, I'm painting with watercolors this time. I usually paint with acrylics, so we have quite a few supplies. People can come without any supplies and get started and then decide what they might want to buy if they're really into it.
Now, do you have a favorite thing you like to paint?
I like to paint animals and nature. So I've got a still life set up here for flowers. Sometimes I start at home and look out my window and get the basics by looking, and then bring it in and work on the details here too.
I love painting nature also in seascapes. I have painted several seascapes along Cape Cod, and I give them to people who I know love the Cape, and they just love it. But right now I am painting for my grandson, Andrew. He loves Echo Lake here in Hopkinton. He has gone fishing there for years and years when he's come up to visit us on weekends, and he just loves walking down there and fishing. So I'm doing a painting for him, and I told him, and he was very happy.
All right, excellent. Now, how long does this art group go? Does it go all year long, every Monday?
All year long, we're here.
For more about the art classes available to the public at the Senior Center, check our website, hcam.tv, or feel free to stop by the Senior Center during business hours at 28 Mayhew Street. Hillers softball rolled into the playoffs with a 17-3 record overall. They landed the 6th seed in a very competitive South Division I bracket. Graduation week and a rained-out day forced the Hillers to play 2 games in a row against 2 tough opponents. Here is how those games went for the Hillers softball team. The Hillers taking on Plymouth South in the first round of the playoffs. Bottom of the second, scoreless game, 2 outs, bases loaded. Freshman Emily Whalen at the plate. Emily Whalen with a huge opportunity here.
And we'll put this one on the ground up the middle. Gloved at short. Throw to second is going to be not in time. Everybody's safe and a run scores. Emily Whalen gets the job done, an RBI single. That would be the only run of the game. Mirably finished with 11 strikeouts. Heather Hawley scored the only run, and freshman Emily Whalen had the only RBI. The very next day, the Hillers met up with 19th seeded Walpole in the quarterfinals. Walpole was just getting off a huge upset of 3rd seeded Marshfield. Bottom of the first, the Hillers bats got going. And she will go all the way safely to 3rd. It is a triple to start things off for Lily Morningstar. She absolutely tattooed that ball to left field. Wide up and the pitch, and this is hit in the air to right field towards the fence, and that is off the fence. 1 run in to score as Hawley now rounding second to third, and it's back-to-back triples. Mirably then went on a strikeout tear. Certainly a great start to get that run in the first inning. As there's strike 3, Mirably strikes out the side, and who knows, she might not need any help at this rate. Nothing lead for the Hillers, and another strikeout for Mirably in the second. straight innings. She strikes out the side. That is 8 strikeouts in this game for Mirably. 1-0 Hillers as we head to the bottom of the third.
Top of the 6th, 1 out, Walpole trying to manufacture a run, but catcher Kate Welzell and second baseman Emily Whalen did this.
There's a ball, throw down to first. Runner is out! What a throw down the line! And a great tag by Whalen. Reagan picked off of first base, 2 away.
The Hillers bats added security on the bottom of the 6th.
Pitch to the lefty. Hit in the air, over to right field, towards the fence, and that'll drop in front of the right fielder. 1 run in to score, a second run being waved around. Mirably coming to home plate and will score the third Hillers run. A 2 RBI triple by Lindsay Whittles. And this is line pass off the glove of the shortstop. Whittles around to score. An RBI single for Isabel Holden. It's 4-0 Hillers.
Then that security really came in hand as things got a bit dicey in the 7th.
Make it a 4-0 lead. And this is crushed into center field. Back towards the fence, and it is off the glove of Morningstar and will go off her glove past the fence. And that is going to be a home run. That is certainly a rough one for Morningstar. And she had a hard collision with the wall out there. Mirably set to deliver. And this is hit in the air to center field. That'll drop down. A run being waved around, and the runner will score.
Bree Mirably then went back to her old tricks.
Mirably deals. Strike 3. 2 away. Wind up and the pitch. Strike 3, and the Hopkinton Hillers have done it. Despite a threat in the 7th inning from Walpole, they end up scoring 2 runs, but not enough as the Hillers get the 4-2 victory over the Walpole Rebels.
The Hillers get the job done. Mirably strikes out 14 hitters as the Hillers get the 4-2 victory over resilient Walpole. Lindsay Whittles on fire in the postseason at the plate. She went 2 for 3, including a 3 RBI triple in the 6th. Hopkinton advanced to play a 3rd day in a row against King Philip.
You can read more about the postseason and see more interviews with the Hillers softball team on our website, hcam.tv. On another sports note, the Hillers girls tennis team is the other Hopkinton playoff team left standing. The girls took down Norwood, Ashland, and Bishop Stang in the postseason and have advanced to the South Division II finals. Hillers girls tennis is now 19-2 overall and 1 win away from the Division II Final Four. Be sure to stay tuned to our social media pages and website hcam.tv for the latest Hillers sports information. With summer here and school in its last few weeks, a whole lot of new programming has been and will continue coming your way on the HCAM channels. Here is Courtney to tell you everything you need to know with our HCAM Insider.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the HCAM Insider. On Friday, June 10th at 8 p.m., Gregory White shares how the Office of Consumer Affairs can help the public on Hopkinton Coffee Break.
If you contract with a registered contractor, and if during the process you're grieved by
that group or whatever.
Either they've taken the money and not done the work or
yep.
done shoddy work, provided you meet the criteria, you can file with the trust fund and you can recoup up to $10,000.
Wow. On Saturday, June 11th at 1:30 p.m., the softball game versus Plymouth South will air. On Monday, June 13th at 7 p.m., Maggie Dietz reads her poetry based on observations of nature and life on a new Wake Up and Smell the Poetry.
Didn't we make it to sunrise? I thought so. I was certain. I remember the dew across the even stalks like sheets of muslin, the phosphorescent lake hung with mist.
On Tuesday, June 14th at 7 p.m., HCAM brings you the Memorial Day ceremony held at St. John's Parish Center on a new HCAM News Focus. And tune in to see the Troublemakers Spring Concert. On Wednesday, June 15th at 7:30 p.m., Terry Malisi shows you how to make food for a 4th of July themed cocktail party on The Gathering.
The first step in this is to take your shrimp and your scallops and mix it with the lime juice and the orange juice.
On A New Business Matters at 8:30 p.m., Jim Vallis and Greg Manis from Blackstone Valley Wealth Management discuss how they help to serve their clients.
What Greg and I do is we start to build a network of other professionals that we can work with to help our clients solve problems. Could be mortgage professionals, banking professionals, college professionals who can help our clients' children.
On Thursday, June 16th at 6 p.m., the 8th grade promotion ceremony will air live on HCAM Ed. At 7 p.m., the school committee meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Sunday, June 19th at 10 a.m., the planning board meeting from June 13th will air. If you want to know what else is going on at HCAM, it's easy to find out. Just head to hcam.tv/connect to sign up for the HCAM Insider newsletter. And if you want to know what's going on in the community, you can sign up for our daily news updates. As always, thanks for watching HCAM. Now back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Courtney. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget to stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Right now on our website, hcam.tv, you can view a special edition of HCAM News, co-hosted by Hopkinton High School students, recapping the spring sports season. If there is a photo, video, or story idea you would like to share with us, feel free to email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. Take care, and thank you for watching HCAM.
Stand